Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the brand new Bravado Buffalo EVX in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing looks insane. I'm actually really looking forward to customizing it. Let's go ahead and hop into the car right now and see what we can actually do to this vehicle. As far as the armor goes, we're going to go all the way up on this, and then of course it does have an armor plating upgrade because this is an Imani Tech vehicle. So you know I'm going to put the armor plating on because it's going to make the car just a little bit better. We also have some body work that we can do here. We can put on some wide body arches. Now we can do these smooth or we can do them with rivets. I kind of like the look of it, but at the same time, I don't like how the wheels are so far inside of the fender line, so I think I'm actually going to keep it stock today. For the brakes though, we are going to go all the way up on those. For the bumpers, we have rear and front options for this thing, so let's go ahead and take a little gander through here and see if there's anything. Wow, they all look really not that amazing. We'll go for the carbon flat splitter because I like carbon, so we'll put some carbon on here. For the diffusers, honestly the race diffuser is not bad. It's my favorite looking of the three here. I'm going to go for the race diffuser for sure. For the engine, we're going to go all the way up on that. For the hood, we have the clean hood, we have the buffalo hood, and the street vent hood. I think the street vent is really cool, however I do also like the buffalo hood. If I had to pick one, I think I'm gonna have to go buffalo hood. I feel like it just looks the best out of those options, so let's go ahead and put that on. Now of course it does have a Imani Tech, as you guys can see. You will have to upgrade it in the agency if you want to put this on. Of course I'm putting the missile lock-on jammer on, you already know. For the lights, we are gonna go xenon. And for the neon kit, I am actually going to add one to this car because I feel like it might need it for handling purposes. So for the livery options, we have some white stripes. We also have some black stripes as well. We got the classic stripes, which I'm not sure what are the classic stripes. I gotta change the color quickly. Let's see. Let's put the car in like a silver or something just to start with. What are the classic stripes? Oh, they're at the back of the car. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't mind that. It's kind of a neat look. We got the classic racing livery, the Ragarum. We have the white camo, black camo, welcome to the tribe, the no-go vodka racing. We have the sprunk racing as well, and back to none. I think that the black stripes look kind of the best, so I'm going black stripes today. For the louvers, we could add some. I'm not a super big fan of louvers generally, but on this car I have to say they're not the worst looking addition I've seen. You know what? I feel like they kind of work with this car. I'm actually going to put them on today. I typically wouldn't, but today we're going to go for it. For the mirrors, we can change these up for a few different types of mirrors. I kind of like the stock mirrors the best, so we're going to go carbon stock because why not? Yellow and black for the plate, of course. For the proximity mine, it does have a oil slick proximity mine dropper, so that is cool. So let's put that on. For the respray of the car, what do we want to do here? I feel like it could look really good in many different colors. Ooh, why does light blue kind of hit? That's kind of nice. I feel like if I go for a yellow and black, you're going to crucify me, and I don't think that it's a very great look for the car, honestly. So what about a sunrise orange with the black? That's not a bad look. What about red and the black? Looks really nice actually. Let's go for something a little different. Let's go for like a grace red with the black livery. I kind of like the look of that. The secondary color, what does this do? It does the stitching on the seats, of course it does. Maybe let's go for the same thing. Let's go grace red for the interior, and then for the trim color itself, maybe we go for something dark-ish, but not like super dark. What if we go for like a rolled steel type of thing? Actually, no, that doesn't really work. Let's go like cast iron silver, something a little different. We could have gone for the red interior, but I think it's just too much red. We do have some roll cage options here, which are kind of nice to have. I'm not a big fan of them on the car. I feel like I don't know, I guess with the build we're going for, it kind of does work. Maybe we should actually go for a roll cage today. Typically I wouldn't though. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I'm going to leave it alone. We can go for a stripped roof if we choose to. What is this thing stock? Is it like kind of ridged? It kind of is. Okay. Got that in secondary and carbon as well. We also have the street roof, which is ridged, I guess, or inset. And then we have the carbon inset as well. race roof with the huge intake right there. That's kind of crazy looking. I kind of don't mind it, honestly. We have the single vortex generator that we can put on as well, a smaller roof scoop. Overall, these options aren't terrible. I kind of want to go for a carbon roof because it's going to match up like nicely with our louvers. So maybe we go for the carbon street roof. Let's go for that one today. For the skirts on this thing, we have a lot of different options to go for, actually. I kind of feel like something carbon would be sick. If we could get something that's like carbon with an accent though, I feel like that would be like peak. Like, I guess the primary skirt. The primary skirt's like that. Is there anything a little bit, no, not really. Okay. Well, I kind of want some carbon on it, so I think I'm going to go for the carbon extended skirt, so let's do that. For the spoiler, we can add a ducktail, a cutout ducktail, a large ducktail, a small wing, street wing, classic wing, a big wing, or a chassis mounted wing. I kind of like the classic wing. That's kind of cool that they put that on as an option. I do feel like I do like the regular ducktail the best, so that's what I'm going for. For the suspension, let's lower it down all the way. And for the wheels, that is the next option because we don't have a transmission or turbo on this car because of course it is an electric vehicle. For the wheels, what do we want to do here? Let's take a look in the sport category to start off with. The Mercies aren't bad. Mercies are not bad, that's for sure. What about endos? I've been using the endos a little bit recently, and I feel like they actually are such a good rim. I'm kind of wondering about an endo on this thing. At the same time, the S Racers aren't bad either. Actually, the S Racer fits really well with the back fender in particular, I feel like, so let's go for that. Let's do the wheels in a black to match up with the stripes. We'll bulletproof those as well, and we're going to tint out the windows all the way. This thing, you know what? For being an EV, it's not bad. It's not bad. I typically don't really like electric vehicles, but I do think that this actually does look pretty good. Now, before we get into the review of the car, we got to do a sound test, so let's hear it. Yeah, so of course it doesn't make a sound. That is interesting though. I forgot that this thing is in the muscle category, and so that means it's going to do an electric wheelie, which is kind of odd. That's really strange to think about, to be honest. Overall, I like the look of the vehicle. Why would you just... Okay, anyways. I like the look of the vehicle. I'm pretty happy with how the customization turned out. I feel like it actually looks pretty solid. Definitely not my worst customization. I feel like it looks pretty good. I know the carbon roof and the carbon louvers aren't going to be everyone's thing. I'm even maybe slightly regretting putting them on, especially the louvers. I feel like we could have got away with the carbon roof, but the louvers maybe not so much. But I still think it looks okay. So I'm pretty happy with it. Now, as far as the performance goes with this vehicle, I feel like I'm already not accelerating anymore, going this speed that I am right now, and I think that that's because it's an electric vehicle, so I'm assuming it's going to have a pretty weak top speed. Now, it is rear wheel drive only, and I noticed that because when I was revving up the vehicle for you, or well, trying to at least, I noticed that the front wheels did not spin on the vehicle, so that is interesting. It's a rear wheel drive electric car. There's not many of those in the game. I think the Voltic is like one of very few cars that's also rear wheel drive and electric in GTA, so that's kind of interesting. The car does feel very heavy. It definitely like gets pulled into the corner a little bit, I feel like, but I was going way too fast for that corner, to be honest. But even on this corner though, it's definitely got some weight behind it, that's for sure. It's got the typical GTA EV curse of it being extremely heavy and having not the best handling ever. I will say though, as far as electric vehicles in GTA go, not the worst handling, that's for sure. It's actually a lot better than most of them, to be honest. I think the fact that it's rear wheel drive is definitely helping with that, somewhat at least. It actually tends to want to oversteer, but it's quite controllable, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you could almost drift this thing a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I don't know, it kind of doesn't feel too bad, I'm not gonna lie. The acceleration definitely could be a little bit better, especially for an EV. I kind of would have expected it to be a little bit better. Obviously the rear wheel drive is definitely playing a factor in that, but Yeah, it definitely isn't as violent as some of the other electric vehicles in GTA, but it certainly has much better handling than them. So I would honestly take a little bit slower acceleration if it means the car can actually go around a corner, which it's kind of odd to think about too, because this is a muscle car and they never go around corners, but it's the one electric vehicle in GTA that actually handles somewhat decently, and it's in the muscle category. So go figure. It's so weird, but overall, it's a decent car. It does go for $2,140,000, which is a little bit much if you ask me. But I mean, we'll have to see how the armor is when we do an armor test on this vehicle. Not sure how it's all going to play out, but I feel like it could potentially rival the Obey Omni EGT and maybe take a lot of RPGs and potentially a lot of homing rockets as well. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. I don't hate the car. I'm also starting to feel like it actually might have a bit of a higher top speed than some of the other EVs in GTA. But I guess we'll just have to see, and we'll see what Bruffy says when his review comes out, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the EVX. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, of course, dislike if you did not. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Comment down below, let me know what you think of the new EVX, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.